Welcome to True Crime Stories for English Learners, where real-life mysteries meet clear and simple English. The Mona Lisa Theft.
It was Monday morning, August 21st, 1911. The Louvre Museum in Paris was quiet. The museum was closed on Mondays. Only a few workers were inside: cleaners, guards, and photographers. In one of the large halls, a famous painting usually hung on the wall, but that morning, the wall was empty. Only 4 iron hooks remained. The missing artwork was not just any painting, it was the Mona Lisa, and no one had seen it disappear. The Mona Lisa was painted by Leonardo da Vinci in the early 1500s. At the time, it was already famous, but not the most famous painting in the world yet. The Louvre was large, beautiful, and open to the public. Security was very weak compared to today. Few guards, no alarms, no cameras, no glass protection. Paintings were often removed for cleaning or photography. So when workers noticed the Mona Lisa was missing, they first thought, maybe someone moved it. But hours passed, and the painting did not return. Soon, panic spread through the museum. Museum staff searched everywhere. They checked storage rooms, offices, hallways, staircases. Nothing. Finally, the museum director was called. He immediately understood the truth. The Mona Lisa had been stolen. The police closed the museum. For 1 week, the Louvre shut its doors completely. Newspapers across France printed the same shocking headline: "The Mona Lisa is gone." People gathered outside the museum. They stared at the empty wall. Some cried. Some laughed in disbelief. France had lost its most famous painting. How was it stolen? Police tried to understand how someone could steal such a famous artwork. The frame was found in a stairwell. The glass was removed carefully. The painting was taken out of its wooden case. There were no signs of violence, no broken doors, no forced entry. It looked calm, professional. Investigators believe the thief entered during working hours, wore a museum uniform, blended in with staff, and simply walked out. At that time, this was completely possible. The Louvre was like a maze, and no one checked employees closely. The French police were under huge pressure. The world was watching. They questioned hundreds of people: guards, cleaners, photographers, artists. Even famous artist Pablo Picasso was questioned. His friend had once stolen small statues from the Louvre. But Picasso was innocent. The police had no strong leads. Days passed. Weeks passed. The Mona Lisa did not return. France was embarrassed. The world was fascinated. And somewhere in Paris, the painting was hidden. A quiet man. At the same time, a small Italian man named Vincenzo Perugia continued his normal life. He lived in Paris. He worked as a handyman and glass installer. He had once worked inside the Louvre. He said nothing. He acted normal. No one suspected him. But inside his small apartment, the Mona Lisa was very close, hidden, waiting. 2 years of silence. After the theft, the French police searched everywhere. They searched trains, they searched ports, they searched borders, but the Mona Lisa was gone. Months passed, then a year, then 2 years. The painting did not appear on the black market. No rich collector tried to sell it. No museum reported seeing it. It was as if the painting had disappeared forever. But in a small apartment in Paris, the Mona Lisa was not far away. Vincenzo Perugia had hidden the painting inside a wooden trunk under his bed. It stayed there for more than 2 years. He lived a quiet life. He worked simple jobs. He told no one. Every day, one of the most famous paintings in the world slept just a few meters from him. Why did he do it? Perugia believed the Mona Lisa belonged to Italy. He thought Napoleon had stolen it and taken it to France. This was not true, but many people believed it at the time. Perugia saw himself as a hero. He believed he was correcting history. He planned to return the painting to Italy and become famous. But he waited too long. The painting became more famous because it was missing. People talked about it everywhere. Newspapers wrote about it around the world. The longer Perugia waited, the harder it became to act. The mistake. In late 1913, Perugia finally made a move. He traveled to Florence, Italy with the painting hidden in a suitcase. He contacted an art dealer and said, "I have the Mona Lisa." At first, the dealer thought it was a joke, but when he saw the painting, he understood. The dealer asked Perugia to leave the painting with him for inspection. Then he secretly called the police. When Perugia returned, police officers were waiting. He was arrested immediately. The Mona Lisa was finally found. The trial. During the trial, Perugia explained his story. He said he loved Italy. He said he wanted to bring the painting home. The Italian public showed some sympathy for him. Many people saw him as a simple man, not a criminal. The court agreed. Perugia was sentenced to just over 1 year in prison. He served 7 months and was released. The Mona Lisa was returned to France in 1914. When it arrived in Paris, crowds gathered to welcome it back. A painting becomes a legend. Before the theft, the Mona Lisa was famous. After the theft, it became the most famous painting in the world. The empty wall in the Louvre, the 2-year mystery, the simple man who stole a masterpiece, all of this turned the Mona Lisa into a legend. Today, millions of people visit the Louvre every year to see the painting, now protected by glass, guards, and alarms. And behind the famous smile, there is still a secret. The Mona Lisa is not only a work of art, it is the story of the most famous art theft in history.
Another dark chapter closed, but the mystery of human nature continues. Thanks for listening to True Crime Stories for English Learners. Don't forget to subscribe and join me next time for another real story that's stranger than fiction.